Yeah, good morning, guys. I hope you are all doing well. And it has been a while you have received messages from me. But today I have a very special news for you. I will not call it as a news, but it's a very important information that I know that most of my viewers would like to hear about. Today I'm in an office whereby we are going to have a brief conversation with a very special man, which most of you may know him, some also may not know him. But I think the horse have to speak for himself. So here we will be ready to talk to Mr. Badjie. Mr. Badjie, good morning.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm okay.
You are welcome to my YouTube channel.
It's a pleasure indeed.
Okay, we have been hearing Mr. Badjie, Mr. Badjie. Please, can we know who Mr. Badjie is, who you are, where am I at the moment?
Thank you very much, viewers and everybody out there. I'm Omar Badjie, of course, a lecturer in the School of Education, Gambia College, the Gama campus. Here you are in the School of Education, and I'm here in the capacity of the grades officer and also a lecturer, like I said earlier.
Okay. Mr. Badjie, you are a lecturer. Can we know which courses did you take in Gambia College and the School of Education? And are you only under the School of Education or you take courses within the other schools?
Thank you very much. In the School of Education, I'm in the professional department, and then, of course, I do take most of the courses in the professional department. But most prominently, I do take psychology, guidance and counseling, leadership, and research methods. School of Education.
So, as you said, you are in charge of the marks in Gambia College. So, meaning that all the marks concerning the whole Four Sister School is under your jurisdiction, or is only a particular school?
This is only for School of Education. Although in other schools I do go, having dedicated responsibility from the principal to sort of coordinate the portal system to see the uploading of grades and registration of students to the portal and so forth. Of course, I have a concern in the grades upload in other schools as well.
Okay. So when we are talking about grades upload, you'll be hearing rumors around. Students say they have not get their grade. Some are saying when they come, they will not respond to them. Something is too much. Can we know the reason why some of them still have not yet got their grade, and to the point that their attestation are not yet given to them?
Well, anyway, the delay will be on both sides. The Gambia College established a portal system that could have been very fundamental in addressing such problem. Having students registered on the portal will have got all their grades in the portal, and we wouldn't have run into certain problem of trying to gather their grades to get them in order to go for validation before issuing attestation and so forth. But then you come to realize that on the side of the students too, they default simply because most of the students don't pay their tuition fee on time, and therefore won't be able to have access to register their courses. And not registering their courses, meaning their grades will not be seen through their portal. And you have others who have registered. So, but now to get these grades for them to be attested, the management feels like we should work off the portal to see that we put all the grades together to be able to graduate all of them. And as such, those who have not registered on the portal obviously causes delay because we have to go manual to start recording, the grades to get them, intact before we are able to clear any students to get attestation.
Okay, Mr. Badjie, you are talking about grades and students being fault of not registering their courses on the portal. Is it that they used to open a portal and inform the students for them to register and they don't, or sometimes the students are not aware of the registration of their courses?
You see, from the onset, from orientation, students are informed about the registration process. And then most of the time, we give them a demo. Immediately after the orientation, we give them a demo. The IT will be there to give them a demo on how and then the steps and stages that they need to go through in the process of their registration of courses. After week 2, when we open the portal, what happens is students are expected to register. Some do, especially those who pay before they start, they do register. But we have majority of the students, every year, they will come to school, attend classes and so forth without paying any single money. And again, we also have the other set of people who are under MRC Holland scholarship as well as MOFSI, because you may not know who is under the scholarship or not. So what happens is it will be late for them to register, because getting the list from MRC Holland always takes time, it's always very late, and as well as MOFSI. So as a result, sometimes you will not be able to give them access to register on time. And this keeps us closing opening of the portal all the time, which is not very ideal in an institution. Because sometimes too, the way the scholarships are, well, it's something else. Because what we know of scholarship, the moment you get the students you intend to, sponsor, you give the list, or you give them, awards, and those awards now you pay, and the students have access to register. When you are not satisfied with their performance, you cease your payment. But then in this case, most of the time, what will happen is the list will not come on time. The students won't be able to register on time, and then you will always want to see results before you pay, which I'm not sure it's happening in any country there, but then it is happening in the Gambia because of whatsoever people think it is their desire that they will do, and then it's normal. So we have those constraints when it comes to those students on the scholarship. And then the other is those who are not on the scholarship, and then their parents could not actually afford even the part payment as the school always put it for them.
So if I may ask, is it that the Gambian College does not have a system or does not have a regulation whereby when a student does not pay his tuition fee, he should not be allowed to attend lectures, or anybody can attend lectures as they feel like and pay as they feel like? And is it not that, I also want to find out about, if I could quote from your statement, you were saying that some of them does not pay on time, that causes most of the open and close. Is it that there's no system whereby it is being ordered, the moment it is closed, it will not be open again?
Of course there are. The policies are there, the regulations are there, and so on. But sometimes what happens is these are stakeholders, and then the majority of the students who comes to the Gambia College, are from the poor background, and most of them rely on scholarships. Those who don't have scholarships, they have to resort back to their parents and their relatives to support. And as such, what happened is we will realize that only few students will have registered at a point in time, who might be perhaps maybe better off a bit. But then having the majority out there, not registered on time, but then they tend to negotiate for another timeline to be able to pay when it comes to the management also on the same regulations and so forth. They have the mandate to instruct for the portal to open, and then we capture those numbers that regulate their status at a particular point in time.
So what about those who register their courses on the portal and up to now they have not got their attestation? What could also be the problem?
Actually, sometimes it could be on both sides, because sometimes, yes, we some lecturers may have issues of the template they sent to us, GC number issues on the template they sent to us and the one they uploaded. You know, in the portal, what happened is there is no way that the GC number will be wrong if you download the template from the portal to input your grades and upload it. But then sometimes here you will see a student will also register, and then the lecturer will work on an off sheet, you know, which is not the template from the portal. And afterwards we'll want to use the sheets to upload. So where you mistakenly type around GC, the portal one will not accept that. And then two, it coming to us, it may not be in line with the data that we have, and therefore the student will have a gap. That could be one. Two, the student might not have completed all the necessary assessment, and there do not have complete work. So we will put IC, means incomplete work, and therefore the student have to see how best we regulate that with the tutor or the department concerned. And the other thing is like the student may not do the exams, or the lecturer might not have come across the script of the students, and there it will remain a gap until the student regularize that or go for a receipt and so forth. So these are issues that sometimes surround some circumstances.
Mr. Badjie, if I may quote by your statement, or from your statement, some of the students may do the exams and their scripts will not be found, and etc. Is it that in Gambia College, under the School of Education, after every semester, they cannot publish the students' grade for them to be able to know what they have done within the semester? And if they have, is it also that the school does not have a regulation that whereby every semester students who does not, they'll be doing receipts, then they're waiting till the time they're supposed to graduate or get their attestation before they'll be having all this pull and push? Is it that there's no system like that?
Of course there is, but you're talking about a school that have over 4,000 students at a go. Just like the recruitment this time is about 4,000. So imagine where you have, you know, thousands of students not registered in the portal. To input those grades to be able to publish it on what paper will you put such data and so forth. So the only system, almost perhaps to say in all institutions, that help students in seeing their results or publish their results is the portal system. Because uploading grades in the portal, that is publication of students' results. You see that? But then where students do not register, or majority of the students do not register and whatsoever, obviously they will stand out to be grieved, not seen whatsoever. But then at the end of the day, we have to understand that it's their own responsibility.
Guys, I just want to inform you viewers, you can hear from Mr. Badjie, and sometimes you'll be hearing from you guys that you are queuing at Gambia College at a grade office and you are having grade problems, etc. Guys, I just want to advise you and also take what the grade officer is telling you. You must have to register on the portal. And they say you should pay a tuition fee. If you can check the episode 14 from the Director of Finance, he make it very clear. Make sure you pay your tuition fee at the right place, Gambia College account. Tuition fees are not paid in anybody's pocket. And if you do that, you pay any tuition fee to anybody, you will not be able to get access to register your courses. And if you can see, this is the same channel we are having here, whereby some of you have not paid your tuition fee, and based on that, you are having issues of registering your courses or even having a grade problem. Mr. Omar, I also want to find out about this timetable, because you are talking about you have enrolled 4,000 students this year, whereby we are saying up to now, I think this is the 3rd week or the 4th week when school open, whereby still we hear rumors all over going around that the timetable is not on your portal. So is it also not going to affect the system or the students, because the students here are ready to register their courses, but they say the timetable is not on the portal as almost, let me say, 4 weeks from today?
Actually, we have two sets of students as we speak. For the year 2, we got the timetable on the portal on time since the onset. The moment we have the draft timetable, because what happened is like we could not know the number because the admission was a bit late. You know, getting the admissions office, extending registration because of the demand and whatsoever. So because we could not get the year 1 come on time, then what happened is like there was those issue of looking at the human resource required and so forth, and then to be able to do the actual allocation. But notwithstanding, the timetable committee was able to come up with a draft for the year 2 students, and then they were established. They started the right time that you know, the calendar slated for the commence of lectures and so forth. All right, things were moving. They were having classes accordingly. But now, when the numbers we realized that have increased from the expectations and so forth, then there was some reshufflement and then movement of classes to be able to align the year 1s coming and then have their classes in order, right? Such reshufflement now was what was going on whilst other classes, you know, were moved, so some students will have to settle down. Now this we cannot just update because some students probably the reasoning may not up to that level that to know that okay, the class is changed, but the class, you know, the course remain the same with the lecturer and so forth. So the moment they see now the new class that they find themselves is not on the portal, but instead somewhere they won't register, you know, to wait for us to edit. Because normally what we normally do is, because the courses are created and everything, even if the class change, what we do is the course doesn't change. The student who registered there doesn't change. So what we do is we only edit the time and the class so that it remains normal. But these are things that some students don't know. The moment they see a little or a slight difference, they will not attempt to register and so forth. Except you have to go around to orient them, and which we already did and so forth.
So if you are talking about orientation, within you during the time of your orientation, or don't you people orient them on the portal, how the portal goes and how things are supposed to be done on the portal, based by between the students and the lecturers? Is it that there's no arrangement like that?
Of course we do. You see, sometimes you have to yourself make such type of analysis by yourself and imagination. Alright, the same students from the school system goes to the university, comes to the Gambia College and so forth. And the university students don't have such orientation on how you have to register in the portal and so forth. The only thing is you have to meet a colleague who is going to guide you and then you go through. The same students come into the Gambia College and we are operating almost the same portal system. But at the college now, we will take this step toward to orient them. And then which we do. But yet, others will not even, you know, do so. But sometimes I feel like maybe sometimes because obviously you may not know the individual status and why. You know, sometimes the problem is on them. One, they do not pay. And then this is what you will find today. Today you have students registering, they have no problem, they are registering their course. But you have the majority who have not registered. Why? Simply because it is about the tuition fee. If we are to get into the classes, to call for those who pay, you will find out that it's only few that will sit in the class. And obviously, we have resolved that we will regulate the issue of grades and whatsoever. And that is why before the start of the trimester, we have released a dispatch to the union that will only allow students who have paid, you know, and those who have access to register, and of course those are the ones who have paid to attend class, because we want to resolve this problem. So once we do not do that, we will continue this trouble of always entering grades, you know, manually, and then delay of attestation and so forth.
Issue about grade have been a problem in Gambia College, especially School of Education. Checking off of histories back behind, and students keep complaining, and students keep crying and moving all up and down. Even if you can check on most of the comment on the principal interview, most of the students were commenting that they're having great problem, great problem, great problem. And if you check other schools, they don't have those type of issue. Is it that there's no way that that issue can be solved once and for all?
You see, you're talking about two different things. All those schools are smaller schools. You cannot compare the enrollment with the Gambia. You are talking about schools that will have a total population of, let's say, 300 or 400 maximum, or at most, compared to a school which is just having a single enrollment of 4,000 students. If you're to look at, three set of badges, year 3, year 2, and year 1, where year 1 is about 4,000 students. What will be year 2 and what will be year 3 compared to a school that will have a total of 400 students, altogether, and so forth? It is something else. But then, obviously, this, I'm telling you, will be a thing of the past, because we have put mechanism, and one of it I told you, we have resolved that students won't attend class until they make their payment. Whether under sponsorship or not, sponsors, if they are ready to help the students, they must release their list on time, because that's what is going to make the institution functional and efficient in their delivery. But if sponsors are out there, and you looked at most of the time, the number of sponsored students, is very high. If sponsors are out there and they're not finalizing their list and so forth, what will happen is we cannot open and risk the portal system to be open like that continuously and so forth. That's not an organized system. So sponsors must send their list on time within the time frame of the opening and closing of the portal. And we will restore all these problems of grades and so forth.
Guys, I'm not going to call anybody's name, but this interview is becoming so tough. The issue here is looking up to almost 1,500 students, or 1,000, I'm seeing 1,500 students who are on sponsors and other sponsors. Please share your comments, your problems, and any other thing that you feel like you want the school to know. You can go to the comment side and you share your comment, and surely we will also respond to it. Also, guys, we are looking up to, they said the sponsors are not paying on time. So that is the reason why some of you, when you're on sponsors, if the money is not being paid, you cannot be able to register your courses. So I think I will also advise you to tell your sponsors they should pay on time, so that you will not be having this type of problem whereby after you graduate you have to be queuing and coming to Gambia College every blessed day. Guys, we have other things to do, and you want your attestation, you want to work, and if you want to work, you must have to make sure that your sponsors pay your tuition fee on time. I also want to ask you, did you have students, as you were saying, that they have problem on tuition fee, payment, poor background and those stuff? Did you have such people, and what are the mechanisms you are putting down for them?
We do.
Under the school level?
We do, and that is why our level of compromise is also very high. You initially ask, why do we have opening and closing of the portal and so forth? And that is because understanding the background of the students that we enroll. Obviously, most of the poor parents, students here, have very good grades and have desire to come here because they feel like coming through education easily gives them employment, because the moment they complete, they are a sort of what being employed. Right? But then you find out that these people will have the requirement, but the problem becomes what? Tuition fee. The problem becomes you cannot have all those things met simply because what is happening is like the parents cannot pay on time. So as such, if they meet the management, they reach certain understanding and so forth, then they are given a sort of like a clearance or an undertaking that will, enable them to continue and so forth. We have plenty of these students, plenty of them.
Okay. Guys over there, please, this one I'm addressing to people all over the world. As you watch my other episode, I was asking people to try to sponsor students. Please, we are not only appealing for people in the Gambia here. Please, we are sharing the principal of Gambia College email down there. You can see his email, his telephone number. Please, we need your help. There are students who are crying here. They don't have money to pay their tuition fee. They really want to learn. They are very intelligent. Please, we need your help. Please, you need to come in aid of these students who want to become the future president. Guys, please, if you have money and you feel like you can sponsor one or two, you can come to Brikama Gambia College and you can see the principal. They have a list of students who have financial problem, have a low background, whereby their educational status are very high, in which they really need your help. Please, we really need your help. Come here, help them. Please, we really need you. Mr. Badjie, what did you have for the students over there who have not got their grade and talking about low GPA and all those stuff? What is your word to them?
Actually, to advise them is to read, because the school have decided, of course, they're just waiting on protocols, but have already decided that they will give them an opportunity to test themselves again on those courses that they have low grades on, to see if they will be able to upgrade their status and so forth. And then this is once we normally give such opportunity twice. Once we will give you a receipt, which we already did, and now after the receipt you have a low GPA, then you only have that last chance to try a lot. So as such, I want to advise them not to wait until a timetable is released and they start to go there to say they are going to study for the course and so forth. It is the right time now to start, because you have taken a lot of information on that particular course. Read it, try to digest it, understand it, so that when the questions are given back to you, then you will be able to write something substantial to be able to give you a very good grade that could uplift your initial grade.
Is there a date fixed for them?
Yeah, actually, normally when we finish the clearance process, we normally give a date. We normally give a timeline. But we are still on the clearing process to see, because we still have students out there. But just like you said, we also have a good number of students who have not completed their projects. And then that is why some of them are still yet to receive their attestation. So we have about a total of 960 advanced secondary students. We have about 700 of them who have submitted their projects. Out of these 700, we have attested 580. So we have 100 plus that with their project, they still have pending grades to settle with their departments. And then the rest, the other 200 and so forth, they are yet to submit their projects, which is fundamental.
What about the diploma students and the ECD and the Islamic students?
Yeah. The Islamic students, we have almost attested all those who have met the requirement.
Okay.
The rest have low GPA, okay, and they are waiting for the time, to be given the opportunity to upgrade. Likewise, the diploma too, all those who have met the requirement, we have attested them. Those who have issues and yet to be attested are those with the IC, that's references, as well as those who have low GPA and so forth.
Okay, what about those who have already paid their tuition fee and also they cannot get access to register on the portal, and they, like for example, the year ones that they cannot get access to register on the portal? What did you have to tell them?
Actually, the year ones, what happened is initially we wanted to launch our second portal. We wanted to launch our second portal where we use them as a trial to start that portal system and so forth. But then, notwithstanding, we have resolved by yesterday that we will still have them in our existing portal, whilst we will run this other one in parallel and then have them there and so forth. This is to see how efficient we will be able to utilize this system to address all this problem, because this other portal has the capacity to the moment all the grades are in, the portal will inform you, and then will also release your attestation as well as your transcript, without any form of manual activity and so forth.
So when are you telling the new students to register their courses on the portal?
By Monday, we will finish setting up their timetable on this other portal, whilst they register on our existing portal, and then the technical team work on the establishment of the little logistics that waits for the new portal, because the new portal is going to be on clouds, and then that is the processes that they are trying to fix before we go, because we are looking for security issues here. We don't want to render any of our data volatile to any form of exposure.
Okay.
Yes.
So about the timetable, what are you telling my viewers? What did you have to tell my viewers about your timetable? When is all going to be complete, whereby Gambia College will not have issues of timetable?
The timetable is completed.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, we trying to resolve all issues around what people will use as an excuse and whatsoever. Okay. Starting from grade issue, assuring you that this grade issue will be a thing of the past, because we have placed mechanisms, and then people have started working on making sure that the next batch won't have any issue, except if it is an individual issue. Okay. And so forth. And the timetable issue too will be resolved, because we have resolved to start our session as stated on the calendar. Okay. For the first time since the transition, we have established a calendar and we work by the calendar. Okay. In subsequent years we used to have the calendar, but then we run a bit later than the calendar schedules and so forth.
Okay. Guys, your problem have been solved. Let me say one of your problems have been solved, and you have to stay tuned by 12 o'clock, by 11:30 in Gambian time. We'll be having the vice principal of Gambia College academics on the interview, and she will be informing us a lot of things that you would like to know. And also we'll be having the director of finance once more about this sponsorship issue around 3, and also we'll be having the principal and the registrar at 12:30 on this show. Mr. Badjie, I also want to ask you about this payment tuition fee, those who have not paid their tuition fee, and those who are sponsors that still they have not yet get access to register their courses. What did you have to tell the viewers?
Well, one thing is we only have one chief executive officer, and that's the principal. Anyone who can pay your tuition fee, and then you are already been admitted, it is important you right to defer your program till you are able to have your tuition fee. And the other is, if you want any arrangement for any further payment plan within the short period of time, the only one who can grant you that is the CEO, and that's the principal. You read the principal, have your undertaking signed, and then stick by it, then you will be given the due access based on the agreement. So
we'll be coming to you once later again, and we heard that you are the president of Gambia College Academic Lectures. We'll be coming to you once more again, and we would like to know more about challenges that they are facing and things that needs to be placed that are not yet in place by the institution, and both within the ministry will be back on that, and we'll be appealing anybody who is outside there who have something, NGOs, other stakeholders who would like to assist the institution, please, you are welcome. We are going to give you all the direction from wherever you are. If you are out of the country, we are going to give you all the information. When you watch on the channel, you see everything will be written down there, and you can communicate to the stakeholders who are responsible to all this. Mr. Badjie, what did you have to tell my viewers as your last word to my viewers?
Thank you very much. One thing that I want to say is Gambia College is an educational hub. And then we have produced lot of people and developmental partners in both education and the private sector. I can tell you the Gambia College years back is the highest learning institution in this country. Until 1999, when the University of the Gambia was established under affiliation, and then of course marked as the highest learning because it has the status of a university. And of course, quickly to say, very soon we will also get our status of university brand, where we will also maintain our status of the oldest and highest learning institution as well. One thing that I want to say is Gambia College, some people will only see it as education or school of education or a teacher training institution. Gambia College is way beyond that. Gambia College have 4 institutions. You have the School of Education, which is the biggest, of course. We have School of Agriculture. Those agriculturists and whatsoever are trained from the Gambia College here. And then we also have School of Public Health. The public health officers out there helping the families. And is also a school under the Gambia College, and School of Nursing and Midwifery, responsible for the health system and whatsoever in the Gambia here, are also trained under the same institution, Gambia College. It's a college that composed of 4 sister institutions. And then I think this is very, very important for people to know, because many times when people hear Gambia College, they only have that educational sector in their minds and so forth. So people out there, Gambia College is here, and Gambia College is for the development of this country. It is the college that moves everything that you think of in this country. So welcome to the Gambia College, and then let's make it a beacon of hope.
Thank you very much, Mr. Badjie. We are just having Mr. Omar Badjie, who is a lecturer and also a president of GASA, and at the same time the in charge, or the coordinator of all the marks in the School of Education, and also he is the same the coordinator for the Gambia College portal on an interview. Guys, we have more things to get from Mr. Badjie because there's not much time, but we'll come back to Mr. Badjie in the series 101 under Mr. Badjie's interview, and we'll hear more from him. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for the next interview.
Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button for more videos.